We have a real treat for you today. We are traveling afar to bring you another trawler tour. Just kidding. Actually, we're just gonna go right here. Our next door neighbors and their beautiful CHB trawlers.
Welcome to the power trip.
Thank you. We're excited to be here. Hello.
Hello.
Today we're so excited to introduce you to our good friends Judy and Aaron. And I have to tell you, when we moved to this marina 1 year ago, didn't know a soul on this dock, and Tom was sick. These two invited Rosie and I over for a glass of wine and a little chat and got to know each other, and they've become great friends, and now we're neighbors. So, Aaron, can you tell us a little bit about this beautiful boat?
Well, the name of the boat's the Power Trip. It's 41.5-foot CHB, built in Taiwan. A lot of teak in this boat. These are the old hulls. They're very heavy with the fiberglass hulls. Generator, 2 heads, which is very important.
Yay!
We all know those are important.
My head and her head.
Oh, his and her heads.
Oh yeah.
Has automatic pilot. The name of the Power Trip is because it had solar panels on it way before anybody had solar
really?
panels.
Oh,
And it has a
nice.
wind turbine because this boat was stationed at 2 harbors for 25 years.
Oh, wow.
And we bought the boat from one of the harbor masters. We've had it to Mexico 4 or 5 times now. We go out to the island, we kind of coastal cruise along. Judy's become a great first mate. Really wonderful. She had not been around boats, and I've been around boats forever.
Wow.
I'm learning knots.
Oh, good for you.
Well, you're further
I should-
along than I am because my knot tying is awful. What kind of engines, Aaron?
These are Ford Lehman.
My-
These are like old tractor engines, 120 horsepower each. And it probably gets 2 or 3 miles to a gallon, so we can go 400 or 500 miles, I suppose, on a tank of gas. Cruising at 8 knots. If we speed it up to 9 knots, it takes all the fuel. We'd no longer save the fuel. At 6 knots, this boat will go a long ways.
Well, that's cool.
So trawlers have a displacement issue to them. They can only do so much.
Yes.
And what is the beam on the boat?
It's 13.5 feet.
Okay. The first impression for me for this boat is how just comfortable and warm it just feels when you walk in.
Yeah.
And a lot of room. Definitely feels bigger than the size.
And there's a lot of room on the bridge, which is a really delightful place to sleep at night.
Yes.
When the weather is really nice, which we've done a time or two.
That's
Awesome.
fun. We've never done that.
So it
Yeah.
really enlarges our living space.
For sure.
And we have been on this boat for what, 5 weeks, I believe it was.
Oh, wow. It's a long
And we're
stretch.
still talking.
Okay, let's begin this tour.
Let's go. We're excited to see it.
Let's go. This is our beautiful salon. For one thing, we always have flowers. Aaron and I are kind of fools for flowers. And greatest person is Mary Louise, Aaron's mother. So if we were ever going to change this boat's name, I think it should be SS Mary Louise.
Sweet.
But at any rate, it's very comfortable. Tons of space in this boat. Just amazing. Nice place to drive the boat if weather's inclement. And Aaron really kind of likes driving it from up top. But it has some really nice, interesting details. First of all, these are really great. For one thing, I'm not a pole dancer, but I'll tell you, these are really good to do some exercises. We've taken this down, but for parties and things like that, we can pull this up. Gives us a little bit more space to entertain. Now, this table was made by the previous owner, Andre. And another great space.
It's nice.
Very nice.
The dust is free. But it gives you a little more room to entertain or have a nice little dinner. Andre made this. I mean, the corners are nice and rounded, so when I go scooting around, I don't have to worry about smacking me on the hip. Really nice. We love our lamp. We've used it at times. I'll tell you, it warms this place up something fierce. This is our salon. It swivels out more to a diagonal thing, but while we're out cruising, we kind of pulled it down a little bit. really convenient, really nice.
Awesome.
As long as I can get Johnny Carson reruns.
I love Johnny Carson reruns. I watch those as well.
Well, this is the helm, and pretty interesting. It's very basic. It's about 45 years old, so there's not anything very modern about it. It has 2 engines. The engines on the port side are the transmissions, and these are the throttles. The lights that are bouncing all around right now down below, we don't know what that is. But I've studied it, and it doesn't hurt anything. But it monitors the solar panels, and it monitors the wind turbine. The reason I had the wind turbine at Catalina Island, might not be any sun for days, and the turbine will keep going and keep the batteries on. Still, if you want to use the heater, the hot water heater, those kind of things on this boat, we turn on the generator, which starts up, and wherever you are, electricity, hot water. These are the instrumentations for the generator. Very simple things, how you turn it onto the generator and start it up here. These are the instrumentations for the generator. And down below here are ways to check the levels of various tanks, the fuel tank, the water tank. I think that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot up here. It's all basic, but it does have automatic pilot.
Oh, nice.
And it really is nice.
Nice. So you have a nice chart plotter and a combination radar?
Oh, absolutely. And all the Garmin stuff. And there's 3 radios on the boat. This radio is a radio on the bridge, and then we have a handheld radio that is in the captain's quarters, that sometimes we listen to the weather reports. If we're going to be heading out the next day or so, we want to have an idea of what the weather looks like. And the picture of my mother that Judy left out is my mother taught me how to water skate. We went to lakes together. My mom's been to Mexico on the other boat, and so she lived to almost 98 years old.
God bless her.
And about 96 or 97.
Awesome.
She said, "Now, son, when the time comes, I want you to get yourself a nice new boat." And I did that, and so that's how we got this boat.
Very cool.
Well, I'm not Martha Stewart, but welcome to the galley. Really, really nice. As I said before, this boat has tons and tons of space. Lots of drawers for all sorts of stuff. Even though my dear husband, I think, is a minimalist, he married a woman that was not. But lots, actually probably Aaron's made more dinners in this kitchen than I have. But at any rate, lots of room. I can be in here with him as a prepper. We can watch TV, it's great. Lots of room underneath for all sorts of stuff. Nice double sink. We've got great filtered water and more storage here, storage under here, and this is called a stove. I think it has 5 burners. It has 3 burners. The cook says. We're lucky we have a microwave, toaster, we have everything. Nice refrigerator.
Jealous. Nice big one.
And freezer. Nice. Pretty good size. More storage up top. And as you can see, great woodwork.
I love the detail of that.
Just beautiful.
A lot of
So,
natural light too, Judy.
natural light. Once again, I can look at my neighbors next door.
And
We
the
find it very efficient
and the
because you can go like this, you can go like this, and you can go like this, and it's just grand.
Taiwanese boatyards are famous for the teak woodwork they do, and the structural, the way they make plywood like this. These are beams, basically. Put it together. Well, it turns out that we like to have friends over, and everybody has a little different drink, but we don't have the big bar you can easily get to. And this was a wine rack. Very simple, but in the boating world, you have to figure out ways to do things with that.
That's
great
really clever.
idea.
I like
Great
it.
idea.
Hey, you. If you're following us on our adventures and find yourself coming back to the sea all life, then you can help support us by clicking the subscribe button down below.
I'm going to walk you down into the cruise quarters where we've had friends and crew stay many times.
Nice.
It's 4 steps down when you come. So it's a little bit further down.
Okay.
And once again, it's completely warm and cozy and comfortable. We've had friends, my crew, they'll lay in here and they see the carved wood of these doors and realize the workmanship that goes into these old boats. And you don't see this anymore. But both of these are full-size bunks. They can sleep, big guys have slept on them. And once again, underneath here is all kinds of storage.
Nice.
And we keep some extra parts, things like that. Big locker. The locker's lighted, clothes.
We've
It's called
discovered.
damper.
Oh,
Do you
yes.
have these?
Tell us about it.
This is called damper. You can buy well, we get them at Home Depot. You hang this in your closet, and when it gets full of water to here,
It's a dehumidifier.
a dehumidifier.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
You're getting some help from
There
the
we go.
gallery there.
Anyway,
Genius.
it turns out your clothes are nice and dry.
Love it. Is your chain
This is
locker?
the anchor locker.
Okay, yep.
All the chain goes in
Yep.
there. And if you look in here, you'll see that's just a real nice little head. It's got toilet, sink, and a window.
Beautiful. All right.
A porthole.
And a nice hatch that you can.
This hatch opens up and two portholes open up.
Nice.
So it's really nice in the summertime.
Awesome.
Well, this is the catch-all corner, but it's more space. Down here is our alcoholic area. So, and it is a food group. When you think about it. This is our communication board. So we're trying to be really good about this. So we know, it's time for that holding tank to be pumped. 2 years ago, almost, Aaron and I decided, let's get married. And we decided the best place that we both loved was on the boat. So that's what we did on July 5th, the day after Independence Day.
Love it.
Small, intimate, lovely. One thing I've learned, or Aaron has taught me, is that you go down the stairs backwards, just like a ladder.
Correct.
And he's right. Haven't taken any falls yet. Welcome to the captain's quarters. Once again, big, I think, spacious, lots of beautiful warm teak. Really cool. I love portholes. Nice sized bed, storage over here for clothes, a place for me to put more stuff. The ladies' bathroom. It's got a nice sink. They call it a head on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a tub and shower.
Wow. Most boats do not have a tub.
Hatch, which is really nice. Sometimes you can actually see some stars.
Oh, nice.
So this is a scene of the crime.
A lot of natural light. It's gorgeous.
Welcome to our captain's quarters.
Thank you.
4 surface hatches on the floor here, 1 here, that's 5. And then on each end of the engine room, you can have access to it. So when normal times, I will take this hatch, pull it like that. There's a way to do this, and even when the Coast Guard is inspecting me, I said, let me show you how to go to the engine room. I had a laugh. I'm helping the guy down and I'm helping him back out. So this is the engine room. Access into here. Engine room lights are right here. You come down. This is not a bend over engine room and it's not a stand up engine room. This is a sit down.
Here I come, Aaron. I'm coming down.
They're coming down.
Yep. I'm coming to the sit-down engine room.
These engines have about 26 or 2,700 hours on them,
Not a lot.
and they're good for about 10 to 20,000 hours.
Yes, sir.
So
Gorgeous.
this boat has something that not many boats have, and it has a sewage processing system in it. The rear of the boat, and only for the captain's head, this boat can be anchored at Avalon or 2 harbors, never have to pump the tank. That the system itself will process the effluents.
Wow.
Very sophisticated system that we don't use.
Okay. Wow, I never heard that before.
And
And
then
you
a freshwater maker.
Oh, you have a water maker. Oh my
Oh, yeah.
gosh.
This boat has everything. There's
And-
not anything that doesn't have, really.
And the generator works great. You use that?
Generator
Yeah.
works. Everything works. Lots of batteries.
All right. Wow, your bilge looks great, by the way. Very
Pretty
clean.
clean, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it's not all put together right
That's
now.
okay.
Where'd you get these shoes? I thought they were mine.
Yeah, hold on. Wait a minute. We're twins over
We
here.
got it.
I love it. Great minds think alike.
Good taste. When the boat was in the boatyard in Mexico, and the last had been there for almost 5 months, and we were really trying to get everything done. There were electricians, mechanics, painters, all working on the boat. And so first thing in the morning, I want to have it all ready for them. I opened up the hatches. I just wasn't thinking. As I went walking forward, I went straight down the engine.
Oh,
And
no.
I'm still paying for it.
Wow. And what did you
What
hit or
injuries?
I
injure?
went to the hospital, ended up getting x-rays on my knee, then ended up with an orthopod, put a shot in it, and I think that was the big thing, my knee.
Wow. Wow.
Well, we keep 300 feet of chain for the anchor. Here's the anchor. We have a second anchor in one of the hatches in the stern of the boat. This is all controlled. Very, very powerful.
Yeah. 300 feet of chain. Wow.
300 feet of chain, and this will bring it up all the way. Without something like this, you just can't
No.
be anchoring.
Absolutely.
All of the teak was done last summer in Mexico at the Baja Naval.
Nice. So they sealed it all and sanded and sealed and
They took every bit of old varnish off, and this is an all wood finish, and we'll see how it works. It's supposed to last 3 years before it needs a second finish.
wow. That's something. Looks great. Oh my gosh, look at that. Gorgeous.
And when it's warm in the summertime, you open this up and the breeze just goes through the whole boat.
Very nice.
Really, really nice.
You have a lot of room up here on the bow. I love the brown too. You love,
It's very distinctive. There's not many brown canvases.
and it goes well with the teak. Now look at this area back here. This is a lot of area.
A lot of room, but when we have our friends on the boat, a lot of all of their belongings back here, ice chests, things like that.
Gorgeous. And oh, I love the name of your tender over here.
The Judith Ann.
Yes.
Well, here's how the Judith Ann came about. Her girlfriend said, "You're going out with this guy and you're out 50 miles in the ocean and you don't have a dinghy?" I'm like, I never really thought about that. But now that I've got a woman with me, I guess I'm going to start thinking about things like that. And Judy said, well, I think that I'm going to get us one. So Judy picked out a dinghy and a new motor and the whole thing, and we named it the Judith Ann. We had a new davit built for it. It's quite a little boat. It's just great.
And what size motor do you have on the back?
It's a 20 horsepower rocket ship.
Nice.
This will it's like your boat. It will actually scare you almost.
Okay, we're up on the fly bridge. Huge fly bridge.
It's a big
y'all.
fly bridge. We love having our friends up here. We open up all of the windows. And in the summertime, we take all the side curtains down, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. Lots of people can sit up here quite comfortably. Both of these seats on both sides fold out into beds.
Oh, wow.
Very comfortably. Nice and wide. The ice chest, which is behind you, when we go like to Catalina Island, we throw a couple blocks of ice in there and the things that need to be a little bit longer lasting. You can't carry in the small refrigerator. So up front, we have this, all the same, which everything on the bridge reflects what's in the helm in the salon. Throttles, the transmissions, all the instrumentation. Once again, the radar, GPS, fish finders, depth finders, all of these things that I don't always know how to use, to be honest with you, but I do know how to use the compass.
Oh, good.
That's the big one.
And you do have bow thrusters on this, correct?
Trawlers sometimes are not that easy to control in very slow speeds with a little breeze going into your slip. And so some years back, Judy and I had a stern thruster installed on the boat that really helped a lot. However, a good wind will push this boat, when all the curtains are up, just sideways. So in Mexico, we had a bow thruster installed. So it now has a bow and stern thruster, which totally changes the way you can control the boat. And Judy and I can control it, bring it in, bring it out.
Great tour,
Beautiful
incredible
boat.
boat,
Beautiful
beautiful I love every bit of it. But is this your forever boat, or do you have another boat in your future?
This is the last boat.
Okay.
This is the last boat, I believe. It takes too long to learn about a boat.
Yes.
This is our going 5.5 years. I'm still learning certain switches, things that have been in the boat I never knew were here. So it takes a while. I would
Yeah.
say if you're going to buy a used boat, you need several years to just learn all the small issues with it.
So what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to y'all on the boat?
On this boat, well, Judy and I were on the Judith Ann, a beautiful little tender, which is hanging on the back of the boat. And we had just bought it. We're out in the bay, and it was a sunny day. Everything was perfect. We turned the motors off, sitting there, and I wonder how much gas we've used. Just bought the boat, so we move, lift up the seat with the gas tanks under the seat, check it, half a tank. Everything's fine. Put everything back together, set down, another 10 or 15 minutes, start the motor up, go to take off, go leg forward, and Judy went straight out. I just saw her legs going right by me, and she went right into the water.
no.
Right into the water.
I
True
did.
or false?
Very true, and I'm sure I didn't look like Esther Wayne.
And
I'm telling you, it was like. Fortunately, I was barefoot, so I didn't lose any shoes.
Well, when Judy was in the water, and I immediately turned the boat around, and I realized she's not panicked. She's got her hand up. I got to pull up next to her, and I realized easy to fall out of one of these boats. Very difficult to pull somebody in, and if they're fighting you and they're panicked, you might end up in the water, and now nobody gets back in the
Good
boat.
point. Yeah.
So Judy was completely calm. I could not really believe it, actually. And I said, okay, you turn around, and pulled her into the boat. We sat there, and Judy said, I don't want to do that again.
I was just grateful. I said, he came back and got me.
Y'all are too cute. Well, it's been really fun touring your boat. We thank you
Beautiful.
for taking the time.
Absolutely.
Everyone loves to look at a beautiful trawler, and we're so grateful.
Thank you so much.
See y'all soon.